as we celebrate or observe this World Brain Tumor Day. To this now, IFP spokesperson Mkhuleko Hlengwa has described the murder of senior party member Khethamabala Sithole as senseless. Sithole was gunned down at the Buyafuthi Hostel in Katlehong in Gauteng more than a week ago. And two suspects have since been arrested in connection with Sithole's death. And Hlengwa says Sithole's youngest son has not fully come to terms with what has happened to his father. Ayanda Mhlongo is on standby for the latest. So Ayanda, give us the latest details from there.
Alicia, very good afternoon to you and good afternoon to our viewers. Well, our viewers might have seen just a short while ago Amabuto carrying the coffin of Khethamabala Sithole as he left the marquee where the funeral service took place and making their way to the gravesite, which is here at the Sithole homestead. Of course, Alicia, today a very, very difficult day for the IFP as a whole, party leaders, right down to the supporters of the IFP who've come from near and far, travelled different provinces to be here to bid their final farewells to Mr. Sithole, as you've said, who died tragically after being gunned down in an incident in Katlehong in the province of Gauteng. And just the speeches today from the leaders of the IFP, from Amakosi, from the family, really speaking of a man who was well loved, speaking of a man who had dedicated his life to the service of not only his community but of course South Africa at large, of course being complimented for the role that he has played serving as a member of parliament and the different portfolios in which he served, and of course mainly for the IFP. In particular, what stood out, Alicia, is the comments from the IFP Youth Brigade, many of them saying that they've lost a teacher and they've lost a nurturer. But Alicia, also what came out as you're speaking there in your introduction from our conversation earlier on with the spokesperson of the IFP, Mkhuleko Hlengwa, speaking about the senseless killing. In fact, the IFP president during his eulogy saying that the party has indeed been robbed of an incredible leader, and of course IFP president, I beg your pardon, there commending the police for their swift action in arresting the two suspects who have been arrested in connection with the death of Mr. Sithole. Of course, now let me bring in the chairperson of the IFP in the province of Gauteng. Now, interestingly, in Gauteng is where Mr. Sithole had led the IFP, and it worked for the IFP for a considerable amount of time. Mr. Bonkosi Dlamini, thank you so much, sir, for your time. Understandably, a difficult moment for you as the IFP. Today, a celebration of a man that you have said has served and worked par excellence. You said he's dedicated his life to the service of not only the IFP, but also to South Africa.
Yes, it's a day of mixed feelings. So firstly, really sending him off, and it's very sad because we'll not see him again. But at the same time, I think we've celebrated his life. We've given him a befitting send-off, and I think that is why even the family was thanking Khethamabala. It's very sad. I must say there are mixed feelings. I'm sad at the same time for losing him because he was a pillar of our party in Gauteng. He was the glue. Because he was an elder amongst us, the young ones in the leadership. Therefore, we're very saddened about it. But we are happy that today, this day, has been here, and we're also consoled by the fact that two suspects has been arrested.
During your message, you repeated this, Mr. Dlamini, and you stressed the fact that this is not a politically motivated killing, and you said that you wanted to stress that point to the members of the IFP because you're concerned that already there's talk that this could be politically motivated, and of course. We know the concern that would ordinarily come with such accusations. Oh yes, we can certainly confirm that this has nothing to do with politics. That is why we're emphasizing to our members that this has nothing to do with the politics, but it has everything to do with things that the police are still investigating, but definitely not politics. I'm saying again to our members, Amapapu Pansi, the attack was not an attack on us as the party. It was just a criminal issue that police are investigating, and we're happy that the investigation are at a very fast stage. Where does this leave Gauteng? You're saying that he's been a pillar for yourselves as the younger leaders in Gauteng. And of course, the IFP has been adamant that it wants to grow its support base outside of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. And Gauteng has been one of those key provinces. And Mr. Sithole, as we've heard through many of the messages, did in fact do that to assist the IFP to grow beyond the borders of this province.
Of course, yes, that's our vision that we cast in 2015 to say we want to grow the IFP beyond its current support base. And yes, with the help of Mr. Sithole, we deployed him in Tshwane. Remember, we did not even have a councillor in Tshwane. We deployed him there in the last 2021 elections. We came with the one councillor in Tshwane. And in Gauteng, the whole of Gauteng, we are really growing as the party. I think his contribution, and because to honour his legacy, is to continue where he left.
Thank you so much, sir, for your time. I know that he has to rush now to the gravesite for the final leg of this service where Mr. Khethamabala Sithole will finally be laid to rest. Let me quickly just step out of shot just for our viewers to see their leisure just in the distance. Here at the Sithole homestead is where Mr. Sithole will be laid to rest. You see family members, Amabuto, Amakosi, members of the IFP, as I've said, who've come from different parts of the country and as well as here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, all here to bid their final farewells to a man that I've said has dedicated his life to the IFP, but also has served society through his role in Parliament. And also, very importantly, the area that we are in is a very deeply rural area, and we are told that Mr. Sithole was also deeply passionate about rural development and especially dealing with young people. Many here, community members here, have spoken about how he has played his part in developing this area in terms of whether we speak about roads in some parts, electricity in some parts. And so today, as you see, community members here have gathered to also express what this means to them as a community and their loss in a man that has done so much for them. Alicia?
Thank you so much for that live update there from Nkandla with SABC News reporter Ayanda Mhlongo.